So today I want to talk about a, a specific topic that comes up, and I created a guide to help you. So I kind of want to review it a little bit, and it's about property inheritance, how to position yourself to win, what things should you keep in mind, what documents are commonly asked, and let's get started. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we will go from there. So you can download this guide below. I'm going to leave the link below on this website on the YouTube video. But here, I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit. Having a will in place does not mean you get to bypass the probate. There's still a process that means you need to move the property from one owner to another, or from the estate, which might be the owner at the moment, to the new owners. So the organizational process, and I broke it down into 10 steps, and then the home sale process, if you do decide to go that way. Gather your documents, stay current on payments, understand what options you have. There might be more options than you think. If you need to start the probate process, go ahead and get it started. Meet with the family, discuss the options that you learned. You are going to need to rewrite the insurance because there are new owners. You need to hire the right agent if you do decide to sell the property. Determine what repairs are going to be needed and give you the best return on investment for that area, and calculate your taxes for capital gains, estate, and all that. Now, if you do decide to go the home sale process, there's a couple of strategies we can talk about what works. We're going to identify the price, prepare the home for the pictures or for the showings. Then we're going to negotiate and execute a contract, and then it's the big items. So the inspection, the justification of the price through the appraisal, the financing period, and finally we get to close. So first, couple of documents we need to gather. All death certificates, life insurance documents, property titles, last wills, any corporate documents that you have, bank forms, and construction permits. So anything that you know that has been done, any receipts, invoices, so that way we can really find out what's been done legally or illegally. Here's just like a couple of other considerations that might be able to help you here. And I always keep a couple of articles of some statistics, when's the best time to sell and all that, because obviously I'm a real estate agent that specializes in Westchester, Olympia Heights, and all these areas. So continue making your payments. And we want to check if any of these apply to you. So if there's a due on sale clause, if there is a reverse mortgage, if the property is underwater, meaning that more is owed than it's worth, or if the mortgage has already been paid off. So those are a couple of things that might have already happened, and we need to make sure that we talk about it. So we should talk to the lender. The due on sale clause is that the entire loan is due if the property transfers to someone else. And this is more so if it's not a family member. If there's a family member, they usually give you a grace period. The reverse mortgages, the bank gives the current owner money, and then upon the death, they need to repay the loan, or the bank keeps it, basically. Underwater properties, you might be able to do a short sale, meaning that they will, with a lot of justifications and a lot of things, the bank will agree to take less money in order to be able to sell the property. And mortgage paid off by the estate. So there might already be something in place to pay off the balance of the mortgage automatically as soon as the passing of the owner. Discover your options. This is going to depend on the mortgage type, family members, what's stated on the will, and your decision is going to be either you sell the property, you rent it out, or you live in it. Usually those are the ones, or you don't live in it, but you keep it. Probate is the passing of an estate to their heirs through the legal system. That's the easiest way I can really describe it, and that's why I wrote it that way. But just because you have a will in place does not mean you get to bypass the probate process. Common ways to avoid probate are having a trust in place, living trust, irrevocable trust. There's a couple other ones. You're gonna have to talk to your real estate attorney to do that, or your state attorney. If there's a right of survivorship, typically, that means it automatically gets transferred on to the next person without having to go through probate. But you would need to identify that in the beginning when you purchase a property. You need to understand these different options before you meet with the family. Make sure that you listen to them. Obviously, it's a sensitive time, and try to identify what are the possible prices for home sale if it gets fixed up, if it stays the same, to rent it out, and if there's other considerations, maybe a family member wants to live in it, and we can look at it. Stakeholder options. So let's say we're not sure what we want to do. You can buy out a sibling, and you will have an appraisal done, and it'll be a financing of the home's value. A promissory note, if you want to keep the property, your sibling wants to sell, and you don't have access to a mortgage, you can record this promise to pay that outlines how the payments will be done. Sell and split the profits, which is the most common one. Rent and split the profits. This one also is not as common as one would think, but it does happen. And sue for partition if no one can really decide on what's going to be able to happen. We will get the legal side into it. And anytime you get the legal side involved, there's more fees. Insurance. So once the homeowner passes away, the insurance policy should be rewritten. The claims would be paid out to a different person. So even if it is to the estate of the owner, that's a different owner. So we need to make sure that we do that. Hire the right agent. Make sure that it's an agent that knows your area, knows what the typical homes sell for, what are the typical construction of the homes, if they're, if it's expected for homes to have 3-bedroom, 2 bathrooms, terrazzo floors, certain specific structures in the roof, things like that they can really help you, and they can give you more insight to see if doing the repairs are worth it. So yeah, determining the repairs. And here the important thing for you to consider is, are you going to target wholesale buyers? Wholesale are investors who need to fix it up, and then they will either live in it or flip it for a profit or rent it out. Or can you target the retail buyers, the people who are going to ultimately live there and pay a premium for it? So depending on where your property stands, that might be the consideration you do. And calculating taxes, the two big ones you're going to have to look at differently. Estate taxes, and this all depends also on how much and in what state you're in. And capital gains. So we're always going to look at capital gains. And here I kind of explain it a little bit more. So that's it for today's video. I'm going to leave all my information here, and I'm going to leave this guide at the bottom of the video so you can have better access to it. And anything you need, go ahead and reach out. Don't worry about it. I'm happy to help. You can call me, text me, or if you just want to chat, go ahead. All right. Good talking to you.